So how do we take a very basic container from this to make it look like it has some depth and a little bit more realistic? The first thing that we want to do is notice that when we look at a container, this coffee mug is a container, notice that even though the top is a circle, when we look at it from this angle, that circle flattens into like an oval shape. So we want to pay attention to this rim right here around the opening, and sometimes that's where I like to start. So instead of drawing that rim straight across, because that rim is not straight, it has a curve to it, an arc to it. So we're going to draw just a little bit of an arc. You're going to notice that the bottom of the container has the same arc as the top of the container, or the same, like the curve to it. So that's what we want to try to do, is draw about the same type of curve. This isn't perfect if you look closely, but we're not going to look closely. So you could make it wider, you could make it shorter. It's up to how you want the container to look. So I'm going to go with this. From here, you have lots of options. You could just bring it straight down like that. You could have it come out more like a fishbowl. You could, what else? I'm going to make this smaller. You could have it come out and in. Out and in. I'm afraid that one's going to tip over easily, but you could come up with whatever you want. Let's do something else. You could go, maybe, I don't know. That might not hold itself up. But you could, the idea is that start with an arc at the top, mimic the arc or the curve at the bottom, however wide you want it to be, it's up to you, and then just connect the edges. So the next step is realizing once again that you see the back part of the cup, right? And it goes out like an oval. So on our container, we would see the back part of it, okay? We would see that oval. So this oval is like this oval, which if we were to really look down on it, it's a circle. So now this could be like, maybe there's chocolate milk inside of here, and it's a cup. It's a very strange cup, maybe with a very strange handle. So, but it could be something like that. This one, maybe it is a potted plant, like a pot for a plant. So maybe we have like a rim around it. Maybe it's got a little rim at the bottom. We are going to see that arc like a flat oval, but maybe I want a flower inside of it because it's a potted plant. But if there's a flower, some type of a plant in here, we won't see fully the back part of the top of the container because it's going to be hidden behind the plant. So when we're drawing it, we're going to lose some of it. It's going to disappear back behind the plant, and then you're going to see like the dirt or whatever the substrate is that it's sitting inside of. So that's going to help us to get depth and make it look a little bit more realistic than this. This one, what do we want it to be? Maybe this is a fishbowl, and maybe this one is a fishbowl and it's got some water in it with our fish. The water level is probably going to be about this high. The water level is actually going to kind of curve. Visually, we're going to see it curve, and we might even see it curve just a little bit that way. So if I had glass to look at, you might notice if you looked carefully that you could see the water kind of like that. Let's turn this one into a vase. So maybe we've got some just tall, fancy reeds of some type, sticky things out of here. Grass, I don't know. A vase of grass. We're going to see a little bit of the container around it. And maybe we have a little rim right here that goes around. But that is basically how we would draw a container. If you don't want to start with the rim and the bottom, what you could do is go for that flat oval, go for the bottom, decide how you want the sides to be, if we want it to curve out like a fishbowl, if we wanted it to kind of come in, we could do that, straight down, whatever we wanted. So mine's gonna have just a gentle curve. And this could be a vase, it could be a container, we could put a fish in it, but this one is going to be a cup of hot chocolate. So there you go. How to go from something basic into something with a little bit more dimension.